Hello, this is going to be a fairly short video today, I hope. I'm going to play a clip from FTFE's debate with Matthew earlier this week, specifically his opening statement. Matthew brought up 2 points that he thought were somehow proof against a rotating spherical Earth. And I thought I was going to address them. He did make a comment about if any globe earthers could explain to him why that wasn't the case, and so I thought I was going to do that here. The first point is fairly simple. He got sidereal versus solar days confused, and this is not really going to address his point. His point specifically was about the stars being more than 15 degrees per hour.
The factual evidence I want to present is this. Okay, the solar day is 24 hours, right? Allegedly, that's the Earth rotating, right? Spinning 1,000 miles an hour, right? That takes 24 hours for it to make its complete turn. Now, compare that to the sidereal day, which is the time it takes for the stars above us to make a complete rotation, right? Now, I wrote it down. The sidereal day is 23 hours, 56 minutes, 4.09 seconds. Now, excuse me, I'm a little winded. I'm walking at the moment. But what that means is there's a difference of 3 minutes and about 55 seconds. Now, the problem for the globe theory is this, right? How is it possible that the stars can rotate faster than the Earth? Okay, let me run that quick again. The solar day is 24 hours, right? The Earth making one turn. Okay, now the stars, their speed is faster than the Earth turning. Okay, now what that, like I said, the honest question for globers is, how is it possible that the stars can rotate faster than the Earth? Okay, Craig, we'll talk about that, man. Looking forward to your input on that. Okay, so that's factual evidence that destroys the globe theory. Okay, I'm sure we'll have a lot of time to talk about that. Okay, next, predictions. Predictions that destroy the globe theory. Okay, I was taking a look at the full moons, the coming full moons, okay, of August and November. Now, the full moon in November 15th, now this is very interesting because this is predictions, right? The full moon of November 15th comes up at 6:14 a.m., okay? The full moon rises at 6:14 a.m. And when does the sun rise? 6:24 a.m., which means that in the eastern sky, right, that morning, we're going to have the full moon rising, and then 10 minutes later, we're going to have the sun rising. They're not going to be on opposite sides of the sky, okay?
Good Lord.
Get what I'm saying here? Now, these are predictions. The source, if you want to look at, what I'm claiming, timeanddate.com, source, okay? Now, what that means for globe theory is that we have the full moon rising and the sun rising, and they're both facing the Earth. How is it possible that it's the sun illuminating the moon sending it back to the Earth, when they're rising almost at the same time? And I'm not sure when exactly the time will be, but they'll be both in the sky together, perfectly. Now, that prediction destroys globe theory. Now, let me run that by you one more time, okay? This is from my vantage point here, beautiful Southern California, okay? November 15th, 6:14 a.m., the full moon rises, okay, in the east. 10 minutes later, the sun rises. Now, I can understand, if they were on opposite sides of the sky, right? Like if it was, morning time, and the sun was rising in the east, and the full moon was in the west. Yeah, I can understand why people might think it was, the sun illuminating the moon. But what do you do when they're in the sky rising together, right? So that's it. That's a big checkmate on this whole flat versus globe theory. I mean, I'm sorry to anybody who still believes in globe theory. I'm sorry, guys. Shit. I used to be a glober too. Used to love NASA. Used to, I still kind of like Star Trek, honestly. But it's just over. This globe theory, it's over. People don't believe it anymore. That's a blessing that they don't believe it anymore. So basically, that's it. I presented factual evidence that destroys globe theory, and I presented predictions for that too. And it would work on a flat Earth too, having the moon be its own light up there, and the sun, just being its own light moving over the Earth. Just like the Bible says it does. So I think that's about it. Finished with my intro, and I look forward to a great debate with you, Craig. Respect you a lot, love your show, love your passion, and that's about it. I'm finished with my intro.
So just to recap, if you look at these three stars, there's this one here with what looks like a T beside it. There's this one, and then there's this one. This one is in this little dip in the branches. If I step ahead exactly 24 hours, this star is now over here. This star is now down in here, and then here's the other one. So that's 24 hours. 23:59, 23:58, 23:57, 23:56. So that means that the stars return to the same relative position in the sky every 23 hours and 56 minutes. We measure time in 24 hours. It would not make any sense if we based our day on the movement of the stars, because after 6 months we'd be going to work at midnight. So what we've done is we've decided that an hour should be this long. Very specifically, the Earth rotates at a very specific speed. We can use different time references. We can use an atomic clock, or we can time how many times water will drip out of a hole in a pan, or we can make an hourglass and we can measure how long it takes sand to fall down. There are all sorts of different time references that we can pick. For example, we can create an hourglass with just enough sand that the stars return back to the exact same spot in the sky. And then the rotational speed would be 360 degrees divided by 1 hourglass. So the long and the short of it is that we find our day and our perception of time useful to synchronize to the sun and not the stars. So in this case, 1 hour would be this long. That happens to be more time than it takes the Earth to do a 360-degree revolution, and for that, the 1 hour would have to be this long. It would be the equivalent of a pocket watch deliberately running faster or deliberately running slower, and it would measure a faster or slower passage of time relative to everything else. I created some animations to show exactly what's happening as the Earth rotates on its axis in precisely 360 degrees. On its axis, it's also rotating around the sun, and that shift in the Earth's position relative to the sun and the stars means that we need another 3 minutes and 56 seconds or thereabouts for the Earth to realign itself so that the sun is back over the same spot in the sky. Another example would be using a rubber ruler. If you stretch it a little bit more, your 4-foot wide desk might only be 3 feet and 6 inches. And then the second point that Matthew made was that he said on multiple occasions that where he was on the 15th of November, the sun is supposed to rise at 6:24 a.m. And he did say that the moon would rise at 6:14 a.m., 10 minutes before the sun. He did say that on several occasions. I don't know if he just had it stuck in his head or if he misread this, but that is really the moon set, not the moon rise, which would mean that the moon would be on the west, setting just before the sun rising from the east side. That's going to be it for now. Thank you for watching. If you like the video, you know what to do. And with that, I'm going to see you again in another video soon enough. So bye for now.